Good morning, students. Uh, Zoology first year. The previous topic epithelial tissue. The epithelial tissue are divided into three types: simple epithelium, compound epithelium, and glandular epithelium. The previous class simple epithelium is completed. The today class compound epithelium. Compound epithelium. So compound epithelium means it is formed by compound epithelium. It is formed by, it is contain more than one layer of cells. The compound epithelium means it contain more than one layer of cells. More than one layer of cells means they are contained of the many layers of the cells. Simple epithelium only presenting on the single layer of cells, but they are the compound epithelium. Compound epithelium means these contain a more than one layer of cells, more than one layer of the cells. So the gland is called the compound epithelium. Compound epithelium means it formed by more than one layer of cells. Next one is function. Its function, protection. Against the chemical and mechanical stress. So they are the protection from the chemicals and mechanical functions, the stress from the mechanically. So they are the protection from the organs. The compound epithelial function is the protection against the chemicals and mechanical stress. So they are the protection from the organs. They are the chemicals and mechanical stress. They are the protection from the organs. So they are the compound epithelium. The compound epithelium is formed by the more than one layer of cells. So this epithelium is called compound epithelium. Compound epithelium functioning is the protection of the chemicals. Like organs, the stomach contain acidic juice, acidic gastric juice. The pH 0.1 to 0.8 to 1.8. So they are the more acidic. That time of the protection from the organs and mechanical stress. So they are the protection from the organs. They are the functions of the epithelial tissues. Compound epithelium. They are presenting on the four types. They are the four types. Compound epithelium is the four types. First one, stratified. Stratified, keratinized. Stratified, keratinized, squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium. Stratified, keratinized, squamous epithelium. Stratified, keratinized, squamous epithelium. These are presenting in the dry surfaces of skin. They are presenting in the dry surfaces of the skin. They are presenting in the dry surfaces of the skin. Stratified, keratinized, squamous epithelium. Second one, stratified, non-keratinized. Stratified, non-keratinized, squamous epithelium. Stratified, non-keratinized, squamous epithelium. So these are presenting in the moist surfaces areas. Moist surface areas like mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus and vagina. These are presenting on the moist surface areas of like buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus and vagina. These are presenting on the stratified non-keratinoid squamous epithelium. Next one, third one, stratified cuboidal epithelium. Stratified cuboidal epithelium. So these are presenting in the ducts of salivary glands, duct of salivary glands. Next one, duct of pancreas. They are presenting on the ducts of salivary glands and ducts of pancreas. Next one, transitional epithelium. Fourth one, transitional epithelium. Transitional epithelium. Transitional epithelium, these are presenting in the wall of the urinary bladder. Wall of the urinary bladder. So these are the four types of the compound epithelium. Four types of the compound epithelium. Once revise, compound epithelium. Compound epithelium. Compound epithelium means these are, it is contain more than one layer of the cells. The compound epithelium contain a more than one layer of the cells. More than one layer of cells means they are the 3 layers, 4 layers, 5 layers. They are more than one layer of the cells. Its functioning is a protection against the cells and against the chemicals and mechanical stress. Chemicals and mechanical stress. Next one, the compound epithelium is the 4 types. Compound epithelium are the 4 types. First one, stratified keratinoid squamous epithelium. Stratified keratinoid squamous epithelium. These are presenting in the dry surfaces of the skin. The skin, our body skin, all animals are presenting on the skin. That skin, dry surfaces, only dry places, they are presenting on the stratified keratinoid squamous epithelium. Next one, second one, stratified non-keratinoid squamous epithelium. Stratified non-keratinoid squamous epithelium. So these are presenting on the moist areas like smooth areas. They are presenting on the buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus and female vagina. Buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, female vagina. These are presenting on the stratified non-keratinoid squamous epithelium. Next one, third one, stratified cuboidal epithelium. Third one, stratified cuboidal epithelium. So they are presenting on the ducts of the salivary glands, ducts of the salivary glands and ducts of the pancreas, ducts of the pancreas. Last fourth one, transitional epithelium. Fourth one, transitional epithelium. So transitional epithelium, they are presenting on the wall of the urinary bladder. Wall of the urinary bladder is presenting on the transitional epithelium. So these are the compound epithelium diagram. So there are the, how many layers? The many layers, more than one layer of the cells presenting on the these epithelium. So these are called the compound epithelium. Compound means they are the complex, more than one layer of cells. So they are the compound epithelium. Next one, glandular epithelium. Third one, glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium. Third one is the glandular epithelium. First one simple epithelium completed, second one compound epithelium the completed, third one glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium. So, the glandular epithelium means it contain these cells are cuboidal or columnar cells. Columnar cells. These cells are the cubo-like cells or columnar cells. Columnar cells means they are the slender and tall. So, these cells are cuboidal or columnar cells. But these cells releasing of some secretions. So, the glands is called the glandular epithelium. So, the epithelium is called the glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium means these are the presenting on the cells. That cells are the cubo-like cells or columnar cells. But these cells they are releasing from the some secretions. So, these epithelium is called the glandular epithelium. They are releasing from the some secretions. The cells are the cubo-like cells or columnar cells, but these are releasing from the some secretions. So, the epithelium is called the glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium means these are releasing from the some secretions. So, that epithelium is called the glandular epithelium. So, based on the cells, they are the two types. Based on cells, these are the two types. First one, unicellular gland. First one, unicellular glands. Second one, the multicellular glands. Unicellular glands and multicellular glands. Unicellular gland means these are presenting on the single cells. These are presenting in the single cells. Uni means single cellular glands, unicellular glands. These glands are presenting on the single cells. So, that glands is called the unicellular glands. Example, goblet cells of gut. Unicellular glands means these are presenting on the single cells. So, these glands are called the unicellular glands. Example, goblet cells of the gut. Gut means alimentary canal. Contains cells, glands. That glands are called the goblet cells of gut. Second one, multicellular glands. Multicellular gland means these are presenting in many cells. These are the single cells, these are the many cells. So, the multicellular gland means these are presenting in many cells. So, the glands are called the multicellular glands. Multi means many. Cellular glands, many cells is presenting in glands. So, they are called the multicellular glands. Example is salivary glands. Salivary glands, unicellular glands and multicellular glands. Glandular epithelium is based on the cells. These are the two types. First one, unicellular gland. Second one, multicellular gland. Unicellular gland and multicellular gland. Unicellular gland means these are presenting on the single cells. These glands presenting on the single cells. So, these are called the unicellular glands. Example, goblet cells of gut. Second one, multicellular glands. These are presenting in many cells. Example, salivary glands. You see the diagrams. So, these are the unicellular. they are presenting on the only single cell. So they are called the unicellular gland. So they are presenting on the many cells. They are the many cells. So this gland is called the multicellular glands. Unicellular gland and multicellular gland. Next one. Next one, based on the secretion, based on the releases, that glands are the two types. Based on the secretions, they are the two types. Based on the secretion, they are the two types. One is the exocrine glands. Exocrine glands. Second one, endocrine glands. Exocrine glands and endocrine glands. Exocrine glands and exocrine. Based on the secretion, the glandular epithelium is the two types. First one, exocrine glands. Second one, endocrine glands. First one, exocrine glands. The exocrine glands are these are the duct glands. These are the duct glands. Exocrine gland means they are presenting on the ducts. So they are the duct glands. These are releasing from the saliva, mucus, oil, milk and digestive enzymes. So these are the exocrine glands. Exocrine gland means these are presenting on the duct glands. They are presenting on the ducts. So they are releasing from the mucus, oil, milk. Next one, digestive enzymes. So these are the exocrine glands. Next one, endocrine glands. Endocrine means these are the ductless glands. These are the ductless. These are the ductless glands. Endocrine glands means these are the ductless glands. These are releasing from the hormones. These are releasing from the hormones. They are releasing from the hormones. Endocrine means they are the ductless glands. They are the ductless glands. They are the duct glands. They are releasing from the hormones. These are directly releasing from the blood. These are directly releasing from blood. So the blood is transferred to the target organs. The blood is transferred to the target organs. So these are the exocrine glands and endocrine glands. Our body presenting on the two types of glands, exocrine glands and endocrine glands. Exocrine gland means they are presenting on the ducts. For example, so these are the glands, salivary gland. That gland is presenting on the duct. So presenting on the duct. So these type of the glands is called the exocrine glands. Next one, endocrine glands. Endocrine gland means, for example, these are the pituitary gland, adrenal gland, thyroid gland. They are all the glands. So there is no ducts. They are directly releasing from the blood. So the blood is transferred to the target organs. These are the exocrine glands and endocrine glands. Next one, the exocrine glands are the exocrine glands are three types. Exocrine glands are the three types. Exocrine glands are three types. Exocrine glands are three types. First one, merocrine gland. First one, merocrine gland. Second one, apocrine gland. Third one, holocrine gland. The 2 marks very important gland, apocrine gland and holocrine gland. 2 marks very important. So the exocrine glands are the three types. First one, the merocrine gland. Second one, apocrine gland. Third one, holocrine gland. First one, merocrine gland means these are releasing from the some secretions. These are releasing from the cell organelles, cell granules. These are releasing from the cell granules. These are releasing from the secretions, but there is no loss of cells. There is no loss of cells. So the merocrine gland, they are releasing from the secretions, but there is no loss of cells. So these are the merocrine glands. They are releasing from the secretions, but cells are the there is no loss. Cells are the cell organelles are the there is no loss. Only that cells releasing from the secretions, but cells are the there is no cell organelles are the there is no loss. Example, pancreas. Example, pancreas. These cells are releasing from the secretions, but there is no cells are the losses. There is no cell parts are the loss. Next one, apocrine gland. Second one is the apocrine gland. These are releasing from the secretions, these are releasing from the secretions. The apical part of cell is the loss of apical part of cell. The loss of apical part of the cell. So these are the apocrine gland. The apocrine gland releasing from the secretions. That releases time the cell, the loss of the apical part, the pinch of the apical part, they are releasing from the secretions. The loss of the apical part of the cell, the apical part of the cell, the loss they are releasing from the secretions. So they are called the apocrine glands. Apocrine gland means the releasing from the secretions, but the apical part of the cell is loss. So these are the diagram. The apical part cell, apical part is loss, they are releasing from the secretions. Example, mammary glands. Example, mammary glands. Example, mammary glands. Mammary glands means apocrine gland. Apocrine gland means these are releasing from the secretions, but the cell apical part is lost. The pinch of the apical part of the cell lost, they are releasing from the secretions. Example, mammary glands. Example, mammary glands. Next one, third one, holocrine gland. Holocrine glands. These are releasing of secretions. These are releasing from the secretions, but entire cell is disintegrate. Entire cell disintegrate. Entire cell is the disintegrates. They are releasing from the secretions. They are releasing from the secretions, but entire cell is disintegrates. So they are called the holocrine gland. Holocrine gland. Example, sebaceous glands. Example, sebaceous glands. Example, sebaceous glands. So see the diagram. They are the holocrine gland. The holocrine gland releasing from the secretions. The total cell, the entire cell is disintegrate. Entire cell disintegrate. They are releasing from the secretions. So they are called the holocrine gland. Only apical part of the cell is disintegrate, releasing from the secretions. So they are called the apocrine gland. There is no cell loss, but releasing from the secretions. They are called the merocrine glands. Merocrine glands, apocrine glands, holocrine glands. First one, merocrine glands. Merocrine gland means there is no cell loss, but they are releasing from the secretions. Second one, apocrine gland. Apocrine gland means the cell apical part is lost, they are releasing from the secretions. Third one, holocrine gland. Entire cell disintegrate, they are releasing from the secretions. So they are called the holocrine glands. So 2 marks, very very important. Next one, another important question. Unicellular glands or multicellular gland? 2 marks question, unicellular gland or multicellular gland? Another 2 marks question, exocrine glands and endocrine glands. 3 2 marks question. First one, apocrine glands and holocrine gland. 1 question, unicellular gland and multicellular gland. 1 question. Next one, third question, endocrine glands and exocrine glands. So they are the 3 2 marks question. Total glandular epithelium 4 marks question. Very very important, 4 marks question. Entire glandular epithelium.